So very good afternoon to everyone present over here. I'm Lovepreet, Kaur, BTech CS semester 7, and I'm delivering my presentation on Introduction to Expert System Pattern Recognition today. So actually, unknowingly, nowadays we use expert system. If you know or don't know, okay. So first we're gonna see what is expert system. An expert system is a piece of advice or software which uses database of expert knowledge to offer advice or make decisions in such areas as medical diagnosis, account, coding, game, etc. We can say expert system is a software or a system, or we can say a computer machine that gives an expert advice. What it does, it gives an expert advice, okay? So it's not a human or system, or we can say a software, a piece of code that gives us knowledge, expert's advice that this thing is right for you, this thing is not, like that. So let's understand this through one example. Have you guys ever typed in phone or in computer? I'm asking her, Shupali.
Yes.
Yes, you type, है ना? Obviously you have. So if you have written write the wrong spelling, what comes? Right, and correct word is suggested to us. Assume if you write expert spelling as EXPTER, then it will say the correct spelling to us that it's EXPERT. It's the correct spelling. How it's done? Computer doesn't have brain, mobile doesn't have brain. So how it gives? So it gives from expert system. Okay, in expert system there is some database, some knowledge. From that the advice is given to us that this is correct spelling. Let's say another example. We all have used NetBeans for programming. If we write wrong code there, then it's suggested to us that this code is wrong and this is right code. You check. It gives us suggestion. Or let's see another example. We can say it does not happen in our country, but it happens in foreign countries. In foreign, there is shortage of doctors, and if you have, then they are very expensive. So what they did, if they are not well or they have fever, they take advice from experts and ask from expert system that this is my problem and what should I do. So what expert system do? It gives solutions. If you have headache, then take this medicine. Pain, then take this medicine, like we do. If we have stomach pain, we go to medicine shop and then they suggest us medicine like take this medicine. Same like this, the expert system is. In this, experts, people put the data. Now we can't say that expert system give correct solution every time, like 100% accurate. Not 100%, but yes, 80 to 90%. 10% risks remain in expert system. How? Let's understand this. How this architecture works, taking the same example of spelling. So here we have human expert. Human, which is non-expective, me. It could be anyone. Yes. Okay. It's non-expert. It could be you, me. Okay. Anyone. What it's doing? It's doing query. For example, writing any spelling, it's an user interface. It writes spelling in user interface like mobile screen. It's an user interface. Now where it goes? It goes to inference engine. What is it? It is the brain of computer system and our expert system. So it will gonna use its brain and gonna find out every word from knowledge base. From this, now how data came in knowledge base? If we talk about spelling, check then what data is gonna be in knowledge base. Oxford Dictionary, every word in Oxford Dictionary will be put in knowledge base and it will be done systematically, so it can be taken easily. It's a type of database and we are calling it as a knowledge base. So who put this data? Any human expert has put that. The person who made the Oxford Dictionary put the data in knowledge base. Now they can't put data directly in expert system. Now this expert can't put data directly in this. So what it does, human will give that data to our knowledge engineer. Knowledge engineer knows how to put data in knowledge base. For example, if someone wants to develop a website and she doesn't know coding, what it will gonna do? It will go to the programmer who knows how to develop website. Like that human expert has knowledge, and it's giving the knowledge engineer. He knows how to put data in knowledge base. Okay, what inference engine do? It gonna take the data from knowledge base and gonna process and see the spelling written by human. Okay, and checks the data related to that in knowledge base and match it, and gonna see what is wrong and what is right, and gonna suggest it like you have written the wrong. It could be this, and this. This is the right spelling. Same like that. Like NetBean example, if you're writing code in NetBean and there is some error, some like that, inference engine check it in the knowledge base, and after checking it, it will suggest that this thing is wrong. Now the thing is wrong or correct. Who's deciding? That the inference engine deciding, because it's the brain of computer. So inference engine check and give advice to user. Same like that if we talk about medical diagnosis system. User said, I have this problem, I have headache. Now what will inference engine do? It will find solution for headache. I'm gonna suggest to user. Simple. So for medical system, who put data? The human expert that are doctors, all words doctor. They put the data in knowledge base. They don't put directly, but they through knowledge engineers. Knowledge engineers convert it into code and put it in knowledge base. This is basic thing. So who are the participants in the development of expert system? We have seen experts, knowledge engineers, and end user. And experts, we have the persons who are specialized in that specific domain. Like if we talk about diagnosis system, then doctors are the experts for that. They're going to put the data, not directly, with the help of these knowledge engineers. They are the person who gather the knowledge from the domain expert and then codify that knowledge to the system according to the formalization. So they're going to code and they're going to put that in knowledge base. End user, that are us. This is a person or a group of people who may not be expert or maybe working on the expert system, needs a solution or advice for his queries, which are complex. Then we have components of expert system. We have 3 components of expert system, that is knowledge base, inference engine, and user interface. There are some of the example situations where expert system might be used, like car engine fault diagnosis, medical diagnosis, mineral perspectives, chess game, plant identification, animal identification, tax advice, career advice, and guidance, insurance, etc. Example: car mechanics often use expert system to diagnose fault with car engines. How? We're gonna see that. They use expert system. How they work? An interactive user screen appear on, and then the details of car type are entered, like this car, this model. Questions about engine problems are asked. An onboard computer connected to expert system. These are the procedure. Then answers to questions and engine problems are typed, like this is the problem, lights are coming, why my engine check light is coming, whether everything is right. Then these problems are typed in. Inference engine search the knowledge base using the rule base. They suggested probabilities or faults are output in the form of report to the mechanic. So output comes in the form of report. A report will come to the mechanic. Once screen report is displayed. Next topic is pattern recognition. Now we're gonna see how pattern recognition is. So it is the process of recognizing patterns by using machine learning algorithms. Pattern recognition can be defined as a classification of data. We can say that basically on knowledge already gained or on statically classification of data based on knowledge already gained or on statistical information extracted from patterns and or their representation. So important expert is its application potential. Examples: speech recognition, speaker identification, multimedia document recognition, and automatic medical diagnosis. If you are able to see these images containing face, or you can take a label of face on these images, it means that these images have some patterns. A pattern is an object, or process, or event that can be given a name. So, in previous example, if we are talking about class of human faces, we are talking about class of human faces here, and we have to identify the patterns that lead to include both the faces into class of human faces. A pattern class or category is a set of patterns sharing common attribute and usually originated from the same source. In our example, the process of reaching on the decision that both images belong to the given class is called recognition or classification process. In this process, recognition or classification, given objects are assigned to we have prescribed classes. A classifier is a machine that performs classification. Here I am talking about a simple classifier, and that classifier is able to classify these 4 characters A, B, C, and D. In these 4 characters, we have some lines and curves. For example, in A, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 5 lines. And in B, we have 1 and 2 line segments and 2 curve segments. And similarly in C, we have 1 curve segment and 0 line segment. In D, we have 1 line segment and 1 curve segment. And this line and curves, number of lines and number of curves, I am representing through this table. For A, we have 5 lines, number of lines 0, number of curves. For B, 2 lines, 2 curves. C, 0 line, 1 curve. D, 1 line, 1 curve. And this 5, 0 is a pattern of 2, 2 is a pattern of B. 0, 1 is a pattern of C. And 1, 1 is a pattern of D. Now we can represent this 2-dimensional space. We are calling this space as 2-dimensional because we have selected 2 features. So these 2 features can be represented in 2-dimensional space. And here we are representing it in 2D space. This A is having 5 number of lines and 0 number of curves. This dimension is representing the n number of lines, and this representing n number of curve. Here we can say that A is having 5 number of lines and 0 number of curves. Similarly, B is having 2 number of lines and 2 number of curves. D is having 1 number of lines and 1 number of curve. And C, 1 number of one number of curve and 0 number of line. No number of line. Now suppose someone has drawn this character A, and this is unknown character. We just want to identify this character. Now we say that 1, 2, 3, 4 number of lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 number of lines are there in this character, and this segment is curve. So 1 curve in this character and 4 number of lines are there. So number of lines are 4 and number of curves are 1. Now if we draw this character in the same space, we see that this character will be appearing here at this place. This unknown character is nearest to this character. If we calculate the distance, then this A is nearest to this unknown character B somewhat, but this is a way D, this is away from D, A, this is away from C also. So this A is nearest character to B. So we classify this unknown object as A, but this technique fails when we are talking about this NZ. And this does not hold good for all the characters. As we can see in N and Z, in both characters we have 3 number of lines and 0 number of characters. So here it will not work. Here we need more character. For example, orientation, vertical lines, horizontal lines, number of vertical lines, number of horizontal lines. So those 2 characters can't tell us a lot about them, those patterns, because these are the same things. Now what it will say, that this is N or this is Z? No, we need more characters, number of lines, number of angles, number of vertical lines, number of horizontal lines, so angle between the line and so on. So we can see, as we increase the number of characters, we have to increase the number of features, and similarly at the same time the complexity of the system will also increase. So we can say that that's how a pattern recognition system works. Thank you.